Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We are in the book of Daniel, chapter 6, verses 1 through 15. Now, after the Persians conquer the Babylonian Empire, this new empire, the Persians has come in, they're sort of cleaning house and resetting things up. And it talks about how all these different positions are put in place. But Daniel is going to be one of the top 3 administrators. And in fact, he has so distinguished himself, they're thinking about making him the top guy, right? The key position. And why is he being eyed for this top position? As it says, he has been recommended because of he is faithful in his task, he's trustworthy in it, and he's competent. That he's distinguished himself because of these exceptional qualities. And I want you to think about who else that sort of reminds us of, right? Joseph, back in the book of Genesis. And I think one of the things that we're always encouraged as believers is that no matter where we find ourselves, good or bad, that we are to be faithful to the Lord and faithfully serve him by faithfully serving others. And that we are to excel and to be competent in our vocation, so that through our daily work, we bless others. Now, his rivals, not too happy with him, right? These underlings are looking for an opportunity to cut his legs out from underneath him to find a basis to charge him. And it says they find no corruption. There's no incompetence or negligence. The only thing they can find that's wrong with Daniel is that he lives an upright life. And they're so corrupt that they despise David for Daniel for his upright life. And they're determined to attack him no matter what. And you get the impression it's not just a few of these guys. It's almost like, the whole bureaucracy, the deep state is against him. Now, one of the things they said, let's make a rule that for a whole month, everyone should show how loyal they are to the king and not pray to anybody else. And why would you pray to a human God who cannot hear you, right? Why would you pray to a human God who really can't solve the deep problems in your life? And yet, what idols do we devote all our attention to? I think about all the people who write to celebrities and others, hoping that somehow they can bring some balm to their lives, to the hurts in their lives, when only God can do that. And so, the word, what's interesting is that the king makes this law, but it says, well, once you make that law, you can't revoke his word. It can't be changed. And the very law that's being made is being used in a corrupt, sinful manner. And I want you to think about, whereas this king says his word is irrevocable, the only word that really is irrevocable is the word of God. His promise lasts for eternity. Now in verse 10, what does Daniel do in response to this, right? He hears this decree, and what does he come up with? He goes back, he keeps praying. He doesn't come up with some scheme. Instead, he gets on his knees. And the first thing he does is give thanks to God. Even though he's facing this threat, he continues to be filled with gratitude and gratefulness. He prays for help. And which is funny because it's the very prayer that is the problem. And so they catch him at it and they're like, here's your help. You're going to be thrown into a pit. And he is in the lion's den, right? Because he's praying, and he was praying not to end up in the lion's den. All right, friends. Well, thanks for joining me. Have a blessed day.